afternoon. Wait, do I really have to talk like that? Anyway, welcome to this edition of Shakespeare Daily. If it's Shakespeare, we have it covered. I am your host, Hamlet, and today with me I have Romeo and Juliet. Today we will start off with Juliet telling us all of the Elizabethan playwrights.
Oh, why do I say the boring topics?
Because I said so.
Fine. Okay. Christopher Marlowe, Francis Beaumont, John Fletcher, Thomas Middleton, Thomas Kidd, and of course Shakespeare. Duh. Are some of the Elizabethan best time periods, best playwriters.
Brief but productive, I guess. How about the how-to for today?
Sure, Hamlet. Today's how-to. The publishing process. Ooh, interesting. After an author in the Elizabethan time period finishes his play, he or a professional scribe would correct his errors and create a clean copy. The original manuscripts were called foul papers, and clean versions were called fair copies. After the fair copy was complete, it was sent to the Master of Reveals, a government censor that examined it for material considered offensive to the royal family. Ooh. After it was approved, if it was approved, then it became a prompt copy. An acting company would buy the play from the writer. The acting company would then be able to perform it with sole possession of it. Charges were allowed to be made to the manuscript, or changes. Some people thought the changes improved the play. Others thought some weakened it.
Can you please tell us more about Shakespeare?
Fine, don't be so pushy. I have here with me Mr. Ernie, who is going to talk about Shakespeare and some of his most famous playwrights in the Elizabethan time period. So, Ernie, what did you teach there?
Duh, literature. Isn't that what I came here for? I'm rather offended that you had to ask.
I'm rather offended that I have to spend my last few hours with you. So, oh wait, did I say that out loud? Oops. So, anyways, are you team Shakespeare or team somebody else?
No, I just studied Shakespeare for my whole life for no apparent reason.
No life. Just answer my question. Are you or aren't you?
Ha! This is just like TV. Somebody get the popcorn!
This is TV, Romeo. So, can you just tell us some background information on Shakespeare?
Gladly. Shakespeare was born on April 23rd, 1564. We don't know a whole lot about his early life. There aren't a lot of records on Shakespeare, just church records of his works. So we're not entirely sure about everything. In fact, there was one period of 7 years we call the Lost Years, where we have no records whatsoever. He began acting for Lord Chamberlain's Men, which was later named the King's Men. He also published some of his works there too. He had written 15 of his 37 plays by the year 1597. Early in his career, he wrote historical or comedy plays, but later he wrote tragedies. This is believed to be influenced from his personal life.
Ooh, what happened to his personal life?
In 1599, he built the Globe Theatre, which was amazing. It brought the theater to many common folk, but before, it was just for the rich elite.
You mean A-listers like me, obviously.
Not even going to say anything. Anyways, he sadly died on April 5th, 1616.
Are we done yet?
Yes, now I'm out of here.
I wish I could leave. I'm stuck with these bozos.
I'm so lucky. Okay.
Back to you, Hamlet.
Thank you, Juliet. Now here's Romeo, who will talk about the theaters.
Thank you, Hammer.
It's Hamlet.
Whatever, tickles your tight, Hammer man. Anyway, at first actors performed in inn yards. People could stay there overnight and be entertained. Traveling minstrels and plays would come and perform there. Soon, though, they began to build extravagant theaters. Some were the Newington Butts, the Curtin Elizabeth Theatre, the Rose Theatre, the Swan Theatre, the Fortune Theatre, the Boarhead, the Bear Garden, the Bull Ring, and the Hope Elizabethan Theatre. When Shakespeare came along, he built the Globe Theatre. The Globe Theatre was the most famous theatre of its time period. 3,000 of you lucky folks will get to see a Shakespeare play. It costs a mere 10% of a normal man's daily wage, and for you folks who aren't as big on math, that's 1 penny. 1 penny. Got me? To stand in the center of the theater, the pit, and be a pitling! Yeah, join me, guys! Or, if you want to live it up, you can pay 2 cents and sit in the balcony. Hamquad.
Hamlet. Ham-lit. Now, can you tell me more about how the plays work, Romeo? And can you say my name right?
With pleasure, Hammaloo. There'll be a lot of actors today, all men, with maybe a few very sneaky women. Acting wasn't exactly a respectable profession in those days, but leave those props at home because there were mainly no props, just the really important ones. The audience had to use their imagination, and the actors had to over-exaggerate their emotions.
Like someone I know.
I'm not even going to try. In the Globe Theater, they also had to say their lines multiple times in order for the whole audience to hear them because of the circular nature of the theater.
What part of Hamlet do you not get? Anyway, now for a random transition to the commercial break. Don't go anywhere.